The intricate and frequently controversial Kirk Frost and his wife's relationship Rasheeda and his lifelong companion Jasmine Washington has undergone a significant change. Kirk recently revealed his new turn, plan to wed Jasmine, a revelation that has devastated Rasheeda. Andrew Campbell's public discussion about the saga. All this is an announcement of their marriage. In a recent Love and Hip episode Hop Atlanta, where Kirk must make a decision, his official relationship with Jasmine became the main event that sparked both viewers' indignation and support. It was especially startling for individuals who have spent years watching the series and see the peaks and valleys of Kirk and Rasheeda's turbulent years-long union. Lovers and hip-hop fans have been fascinated by Rasheeda and Kirk's connection that has been plagued by public betrayals, infidelity, and recurrent attempts at peacemaking. In spite of Kirk's so widely reported relationship with Jasmine, in order to stay with him, Rasheeda adamant about maintaining her family's unity, resilience, and patience have both she endured being reprimanded and fired. Outrage after scandal in the hopes of maintaining their relationship with Kirk's most recent announcement, but the power of Rasheeda's endurance has been tested. Final examination. Jasmine, who has been openly a thorn in Rasheeda's side for many years, made fun of her throughout the episode. Her for holding on to a union with Kirk appears prepared to let go of the tension. Jasmine and Rasheeda's relationship has been a main storyline in Love and Hip Hop, and it only became worse following Kirk's Jasmine. The affair was made public. Joined the scene not just as a brief event, but as a major, the first relationship that resulted in the birth. This provided another dimension to their son canon, layer of intricacy to the narrative, as Kirk and Rashida found it difficult to accept with his adultery and the fallout. It introduced Rasheeda into their lives, acknowledging that Kirk was a father with another woman was still no easy task. Despite the suffering and attention from the public, she decided to pardon him in the hopes that their familial ties could endure. Rasheeda's attempts to salvage the Cheshire marriage has endured despite everything. Contacted a therapist recently, set up therapy sessions in the hopes that facilitated discussions could repair the rifts in their partnership. But Jasmine's reaction to this action was not encouraging at all. She made it evident that she observed Rasheeda's efforts as pointless, even making fun of her attempts to attain a man who, in Jasmine's opinion, had already decided on a different course. Kirk is happy, according to Jasmine, accompanied by their son Kanan, and that she plans to maintain it this way. Statement has raised questions about Rasheeda's future when Kirk leaves his fancy him, wondering how much longer Rasheeda can keep battling for a man who appears to dedicated to another person. The story of the marriage of Kirk and Rasheeda has frequently unfolded like a soap opera in public, with every new discovery brings a new drama that swept from secret affairs to complete relationships. Kirk's behavior. Rasheeda has been placed in distance of supporting her choice to remain. The couple's most recent effort at Kanan's co-parenting has only fueled in a face-to-face encounter with Jasmine. We'll talk about her role as a parent. The discussion swiftly veered out of tensions in control erupted as Jasmine hinted at allegations that Kirk's romantic sentiments persisted. For her, much to the dismay of Rasheeda, Kirk has been transparent about his acknowledging to Rasheeda that he believes that their marriage is over. This direct admission left her heartbroken, since he displayed little to no regret for what he died. Rather, he expressed his wish to move in and begin a new chapter with Jasmine, causing Rasheeda to feel deceived and humiliated in spite of the fact that Rasheeda's betrayal has persisted. Unwavering in her resolve to preserve their marriage, despite having to deal with Jasmine's mockery, and Kirk's disregard for her determination has elicited conflicting responses from admirers, some of whom tenacity and others encouragement to put her personal satisfaction ahead of a partnership that appears to be irreversible. For many viewers have been outspoken regarding their opinions regarding Rasheeda's devotion till they had asked Kirk why she continues to put up with the rudeness and humiliation, with some implying she ought to have departed from Kirk following his first betrayal in public. The ongoing cycle of treachery and reconciliation has resulted in, for some viewers to think Kirk is using Rasheeda's forgiveness nature is constantly pushing the envelope. Claiming to be happier with her supporters have speculated whether Kirk will alter your mind and go back to Rasheeda, yet his behavior thus far indicates Jasmine has his undivided attention. Rasheeda's choice to go to treatment weighs an effort to deal with the ingrained problems in their union, but Jasmine has made fun of her attempts, saying Rasheeda is moving on, and Kirk sought to follow suit once the episode has ended. The following episode is eagerly anticipated by enthusiasts. Many people are left in this drama as it develops. I'm wondering whether Rasheeda will eventually acknowledge the truth about her circumstance and decide to leave Jasmine's recent comments. In addition to Kirk's choice to leave and remain with her suggests that the connection has become very serious. Kirk's readiness to sever relations with Rasheeda and formalize the situation with Jasmine signifies a big change. Rasheeda might be left with no other option, nevertheless, to reconsider her priorities as spectators keep watching the unraveling of the connection between Kirk and Rasheeda have shown compassion for Rasheeda, recognizing the psychological toll that such a deception in public must bring. Others have chastised her for permitting it, allowing herself to endure Kirk's persistent infidelity, wondering why she keeps fighting for a man who consistently treats her fan base disrespectfully is still split, with some calling for Rasheeda to look for joy elsewhere. Marriage and the admiration of others for her dedication to providing for her family. For Jasmine, this most recent event appears to be a triumph, as she has already won Kirk's devotion and guaranteed a spot for canon in his life, and her self-contemptuous behavior toward Rasheeda's attempts at reconciliation demonstrate that she is more assured of her position, encouraging rumors that Kirk's choice, Rasheeda's decision to wed her, is final. There is obvious pain, but her resolve has not faltered in the face of increasing criticism and fan pressure. Rasheeda is similarly committed to trying to salvage her marriage despite the likelihood of success seem dwindling. The notification of Kirk's marriage decision, Jasmine, has made a lasting impression on the fan base of hip-hop and love-prompted discussions about loyalty, self-worth, and forgiving, with numerous spectators wondering how far one should go to preserve Rasheeda's marriage. Circumstance has resonated with those who has faced comparable difficulties. Although Jasmine's role has generated controversy regarding the morality of going after a connection with the married individual, Kirk's numerous betrayals and absence of his regrets have made him the antagonist throughout the narrative, but his connection with Jasmine has brought attention to the intricacies, the dust settles, of love and treachery. In light of this most recent revelation, the future of the marriage of Kirk and Rasheeda is still intact. Unclear whether Jasmine was in Kirk's life appears more resilient than before, and she dedication to establishing a life with him implies that she has no plans to disregarding Rasheeda's efforts to save her marriage, which could eventually be in vain, as Kirk's behavior suggests his intellect and heart are already. Whether Rasheeda will decide to go somewhere, either keep fighting or give up, is a query that fans want to see answered. Resolve the love triangle for the time being between Jasmine and Kirk. Rasheeda keeps happening on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is giving fans a lot to ponder. Whether Kirk will change his mind on choice and head back to Rasheeda, or has he genuinely moved on with Jasmine alone, will demonstrate how this emotional and the epic saga will come to an end. But there is no doubt about the effect of Kirk's activities will have long-term consequences for all participants, and supporters will be keeping a careful eye on how each individual lover overcomes the obstacles. Rasheeda's unwavering devotion to Kirk Frost, her spouse, has been a characteristic that defines her life. Known both personally and professionally, Rasheeda's perseverance has endured, threatening to split the storms apart. Their separation, especially Kirk's persistent unfaithfulness and the issues that have resulted from them. Her commitment to Kirk surpasses romantic love that is ingrained in her dedication to their family's life together, as well as her function as a mother. In spite of her ups and downs, was unwavering in her resolve to establish a nurturing environment for their kids and to maintain the integrity of their family. Even after being questioned by others, choice to maintain Kirk and Rasheeda's love. The story started years ago, and from the beginning their partnership was anything but traditional. They got married young, and together, they started constructing not just a family as well as a commercial empire as they made their way through the music business. Rasheeda's career took off thanks to Kirk's assistance as her manager. Their professional connection added another. Their marriage's additional degree of complexity, however, Rasheeda accepted it when she saw Kirk not just as her spouse, but also as a collaborator in her goals and aspirations via challenging with perseverance and hard effort. They produced bases that enabled Rasheeda to prosper as an entrepreneur and artist, and they appeared to be unstoppable for a while. But marriage is never without it. Difficulties, and over time, Rasheeda, when Kirk encountered challenges that put early in their marriage, they bonded. Encountered the difficulties that many couples are juggling: financial strains, job and personal life, as well as adapting to the challenges of childrearing while together. They are pursuing their careers. Produced 2 sons, Carter and Kai, who Rasheeda became the center of their family, has consistently been a kind mother, and her affection for her kids is shown in despite the pandemonium. She does everything that has surrounded their partnership. Rasheeda's emphasis on establishing a reliable, providing her sons with a loving environment, has continued to be her first priority as a mother. Rasheeda has assumed accountability of teaching her children morals and making sure kids experience love and support. She frequently spends time with her sons on social media, giving followers a sneak peek at Rasheeda's parenting style, and her life as a mother style is a combination of balance and discipline that is kind and kind. She has consistently maintained her faith in the significance of providing her with an example. Sons are teaching them to be respectful, tenacity, and family strength connections. Despite the difficulties in her marriage, she's tried to keep her safe. Kids from the more unpleasant parts about her endeavoring connection with Kirk to keep them safe from harm while concentrating on their health. Kirk's adultery initially went public a few years ago, trembling the cornerstone of their union. Rasheeda found the revelation to be upsetting. Had always had complete faith in Kirk. Then news was considerably more challenging because of the reality that it wasn't merely a passing. Kirk made the error of having a child with someone else. Revelation of woman Jasmine Washington compelled Rasheeda to face reality due to Kirk's treachery and to make the choices regarding their shared future. Many others in her situation may have decided to go, but Rasheeda's affection for her loved ones and her faith in forgiveness brought her to a new. Rasheeda's candid remarks regarding choice, the emotional upheaval she went through in following Kirk's treachery. She experienced a spectrum of feelings, including rage and heart-attached to bewilderment and disappointment, yet she persevered despite it all. Affection for Kirk and her wish to maintain their family is unharmed and resilient, and she decided to pardon him for more than just herself, but for their benefit. Kids thinking that every relationships are difficult and that the willingness to fight is a sign of deep love. Despite the difficulties, this choice was received both praise and criticism. As admirers argued, if Rasheeda was right to remain for Rasheeda, but that the decision was based on a very personal conviction that forgiveness and love go hand in hand and Kay's behavior persisted in evaluate Rasheeda's resolve following the first scandal. There were further cases of each one resurrecting old wounds through infidelity, questioning Rasheeda's dedication, yet she repeatedly decided to forgive him. Resolute to preserve the family they had constructed, this arrangement of reconciliation and betrayal turned into unpleasant cycle. But Rasheeda's affection for Kirk never faltered, and she admitted that although their marriage was far from ideal, she had faith in their ability to connection and the capacity for forgiveness token to Rasheeda's deepest wounds. Her decision to remain with Kirk was evidence of love, tenacity, and dedication to their common lives, and the promises they made. Rasheeda's role in these struggles became even more vital to her as a mother. Children gave her a feeling of strength and purpose, are driving her to continue to defend her family. She was committed to making sure her sons felt safe and cherished even when their marriage's basis was upended. Her attention to her kids was beneficial, helped keep her feeling balanced and solidity, reminding her of the significance of family, notwithstanding. Rasheeda's commitment to her in the face of hardships has consistently been a part of her life. Source of happiness and pride that has been beneficial to endure the turbulence within here over time. Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage connection has changed and been influenced by the difficulties they've encountered, and Kirk has taught them valuable lessons. Admitted his errors, and there have been times when he has remorse for Rasheeda's suffering, has discovered strength inside herself. Faith in her conviction that there are second chances. According to her, forgiving is not indication of weakness, but evidence of the power of her devotion and affection. Thanked her relatives for allowing Rasheeda to be with Kirk, had no intention of accepting his conduct, but about deciding to observe the admirable in him and having faith in the potential to alter Rasheeda's choice. Keeping Kirk around has had a tremendous influence on her life. Both privately and publicly, she has encountered fans and even loved ones' criticism who asked her why she would remain with someone who had violated her confidence. However, Rasheeda's perseverance and commitment to her family has been steadfast, has consistently expressed her beliefs in forgiveness and loyalty, as well as her choice to remain with Kirk is a reflection of strong dedication to such principles. The foundation of Rasheeda's affection for Kirk is their common past, their kids, and she has the dreams they created together. Choose to emphasize the advantages of their partnership, attempting to build confidence and a brighter future for Rasheeda and their family. In recent years, Kirk has attempted to resolve their problems as a pair, and his parents have sought therapy, communicated openly, and came to a deliberate attempt to reinforce their connect. Rasheeda's tolerance and understanding has been essential in the process of recovering, and Kirk has demonstrated a readiness to adapt and making apologies for his previous errors. Together, they have reaffirmed their commitment to one another, concentrating on creating a more robust basis for Rasheeda's future. Love is more than simply romance. It's also about collaboration, devotion, and fortitude. Kirk's journey has been characterized by adversity, but she has persevered in her conviction that genuine love can endure even the most difficult obstacles. She has shown an unflinching dedication to her family, putting their needs first. Their kids' health and employment strive to establish a loving and stable setting for them, and her affection for Kirk is based on a strong sense of devotion and faith in the efficacy of forgiveness, attributes that have characterized her as a spouse, mother, and individual. As Rasheeda and Kirk keep negotiating the complexity of their partnership, their tale acts as evidence of the tenacity of love and the fortitude of the commitment of Rasheeda to the human spirit. Their family and her readiness to forgiveness has been both motivating and divisive, but she stays loyal to herself and her principles during the ups and downs. She has demonstrated that love is not always easy, usually simple, but worth the struggle. For the affection Rasheeda has for Kirk and her dedication to her family serves as a reminder that each partnership has its difficulties, and that occasionally the greatest strength is the decision to remain.